It's not about spaceships.
Making Star Wars Show. Making Star Wars Show. Making Star Wars Show. Making Star Wars Show.
It's not about spaceships.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jason Ward, and I'm joined by Senpai Sketchcraft and Senpai Thronkill. Jesse. Whoa. Good mic hit. It sounded like you were about to start beatboxing. It's like,
I'm in the neighborhood. I'm in the neighborhood for it. Let's do it.
And our new streaming service, Melon, that we're using, added these fancy little volume things onto here. So if any of us are too loud or too low, please let us know and we'll try to fix it. I'll try to pay attention to you guys in the chat before we get far into the show and not mess that up. I like to get to the news and then talk to everybody. But anyways, so I got the chat open here, and basically we got this little. It's not like a big story, but they put out a couple of episode descriptions for Star Wars Visions. So if you're super excited about Star Wars Visions, that's pretty neat because it's going to tell you a lot. The episodes have been given out to media, so if you're avoiding leaks on them, and we're so close, you might as well at this point, I guess. But they're coming, and so I have a feeling that they were just like, oh, let's just put out what's out there on the big ones rather than let leakers do it, which I think was smart, and that's just an assumption on my part that it's what they're doing. Another thing is today, Star Wars Meg did a pretty neat video about what Jedi will potentially be in the Book of Boba Fett. And it's speculation. You know, there might not even be a Jedi in Book of Boba Fett, but there's a couple of possibilities based off of, she put out that Vader's going to be in Book of Boba Fett, for instance. There's a Jabba tale. But in all of this jazz, there's been sort of these connections to the War of the Bounty Hunters, the Marvel comic book crossover series. And I got them all the crossover comics, like 25 of them or something by this point. I read
that doesn't include the variants, my friend. The variant covers.
Oh, variant cover. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah,
Low-key man over there is like, what variants?
Yeah, I'm not looking to buy anybody at Marvel a new jet ski or anything. I just want to read the stories. And I thought there was like 4 or 5 issues of it. So I read like the first 4 and I'm like, this seems pretty disjointed. I don't know why they're doing it like this. And then I go on the Wikipedia and I'm like, oh, there's 25 of them. But my early impressions of the War of the Bounty Hunters is that it's fun. It has some pretty, I don't think missteps is the right word, but without spoiling it right now or going into it right now. I mean, everybody's had a chance to read these if they wanted to by now, so who cares? But you'll see like the writers wanting to prop up a character by making another character kind of dumb at times is kind of what I felt. Like Darth Vader comes off very dumb in one issue where he should literally be the puppet master of the comic. But anyways, I don't know how I want to do it yet. I don't know if you guys are interested in reading all of them or not. Like I could just read one and do an episode by myself, or we could hit whatever we both read. All 3 of us have read. If you're down, totally up to you guys. But I'm trying to figure it out.
Do we have to read all 25 and then talk about it? Or do we do issue by issue? Or do we do like 3 issues?
Yeah, well, I was thinking
digitally.
Yeah, that's how I got them. And I mean, you could always just log into my Marvel account and read them too. That's probably the way I would rather do it, because why? Unless you want to own them yourself. No. But yeah. So it's like, I'm not sure like how to go about it, but I do get the vibe that some of the stuff is going to matter. I am leaning more towards the things that happen in the comic won't be happening in the show. That would be mostly dumb, I think, mostly a misstep. but it does seem like it could be informed by things that are happening in the show. And, if you think about it, they had all of the scripts written well before they started filming Book of Boba, and look at where they're at now and with how production pipelines work. I think that these things could be talking to each other. It could be propping it up. Now, is it deeply doing it? I don't know, but it does tell us what the relationships are in canon between, Bosk and Boba. Like, if you ask me, how Bosk, Boba, and Dengar, last time I saw those three idiots, they were like best friends in a gang trying to steal child brides. And I was like, oh yeah, they're good friends. Now I'm like, oh no, not really. They they kind of are just like cold-blooded. Yeah, to each other. So anyways, yeah, I'm not sure if we just go through and talk about each issue one video at a time, and then get caught up, and then it ends in October, so we could actually like kind of almost ride this right up into the very end. So I'm thinking
those last issues is going to be like Duel of the Fates, where I'm like, make it stop.
Yeah,
stop.
But
yeah.
I mean,
I'll do it.
But
I'm down for Pain is fun to watch. So Schadenfreude is it's a programming schedule. So
Right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what's fair to put on you guys, but I mean, we could do 1 or 2 issues a day or something like that. Whatever, though, we'll talk about it, but we'll figure it out. And if you guys in the chat haven't read it and want to reread it and join in, we could do something like that. It's an idea.
Somebody wants to know if Visions is going to be canon.
Yeah, I was just about to put that up. And hello, Craig and Nolan, who are in the chat. Jordan says, is Visions going to be canon? So Visions isn't canon, and there's a novel coming that is a novelization, I guess, either a tie-in or an adaptation. I'm not sure which of it, but that's also not canon. It's technically in Legends, but I think the stuff could be canon. See, they can't holistically apply the canon label to an anthology series where like Astro Boys and some of it, or whatever, like you just can't, or like, it just doesn't really.
E.T.'s in Star Wars.
Right.
And if you look for it, the Starship Enterprise is in the Phantom Menace as well.
True. And the pod from 2001. So it's all connected, all rhymes. But yeah, it's like, so I think that's kind of where it's at. If one of these I think is really, really popular and really, really connects, I wouldn't be surprised if we see it referenced in canon materials that then makes those bullet pointed moments canon. Like, for instance, Revan wasn't really canon, but once they say, oh, like the time Revan was frozen in carbonite and then on thawed 100 years later, well, now that bullet point is canon. So that's my expectations for this.
Was his name John Spartan?
You know what? I have to check his ID. I'd have to check his space ID. And I stole a space wallet, so it won't be a problem. Are you in front of the White House or Ferris Bueller's house?
Not close.
Is it Donnie Darko's house?
That's the Fresh Prince's house, isn't it?
Is it the Fresh Prince's house? Okay. So right now you are DJ Jazzy Jeff getting thrown out by Phil.
You every other episode, in the same outfit. It's my favorite because they shot it once, so he has to wear the same clothes every single time.
Yeah. I remember as a kid, I was kind of mad when he did Summertime. I was like, this is like a real like song. Like, where's Freddy Krueger? Where's Parents Just Don't Understand? Where's the skateboard ramp in the back kind of vibe?
I like what's Summertime. Going on? It's one of the better.
No, Summertime is good. But it was like, but as a kid fan, I was like, what is this? This is like a real song. What? This is dumb.
See, like me, you grew up on like Fresh Prince and Slick Rick, and you wanted storytelling. They were just chilling, but it was summertime. They can't tell a story during. It's about literally at the park at a barbecue.
Story about how he chills in the summertime in Philadelphia.
Sure, it just
that is the point.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying, but if it had been hijinks, it would have been summertime.
Well, I was like 9 or something, and I'm just like, what is this? Like, you know what I mean?
You're like my age.
You're all, hi, I'm Jason Ward, and I discovered the Fresh Prince late in life.
Yeah. Okay. I'll never forget. I went to when I was at my cousin's house in Cerritos in '89 when Batman came out.
Yeah.
I went to Tower Records and my aunt said, you can buy like 3 records. And I was like, I can buy a record? I've never owned a record before. Well, actually I did. I owned the Muppet Show record from the 70s, but that was given to me. So I picked Batman, the album, the Prince one, because, Batman.
Why not?
And Party Man's my jam. I got The Adventures of Slick Rick and that first Fresh Prince album. And my aunt was looking at me and she's like, you're from like a hillbilly town. Like I'm like, yeah. Because like all my dad's records are 70s soul and George Clinton and stuff. And I'm like, it's what I like. Yeah, they tell stories, So
yeah, I remember going to the store and buying like Lisa and Colt Jam maxi single, a Salt and Pepper maxi single, and
Technotronic.
And there was another one, but I'm listening to it at my grandma's house in her den on my little like play school. It was like beige tape deck. I don't know what you call it, but they had highly sexualized lyrics. And my grandma hears one and she comes in and she goes, "What does that mean?" And I look at her like, "I'm not telling you what that means, Grandma." And then that's when me and my grandma had the awkward conversation that my grandma knew that I knew what boning was.
She's like, "Have you ever heard the lyrics to Minnie the Mooch?"
Yeah. Vicky Vale.
Yeah.
Vicky Vale.
I'll be honest, had they had the scores to Star Wars, I just would have gotten all 3 of those. But they didn't have those available on vinyl in 1989. So
yeah, I had the original scores tape. I had on tape, and I used to put it on like, I'm gonna go to bed to this because it's classical music, and I was just like, fuck yeah, this shit rocks.
You're getting an adrenaline rush as you're supposed to go to sleep.
Yeah, it didn't work at all.
Right.
No wonder why I have insomnia for all of my life. All right, let's see if I crash when I pull up the screen. All right, not so far.
She's got the Napoleon Dynamite girlfriend here.
Yeah, she does.
She ponytail to the side. I like it. I want to just bring that one back. I like it. My wife's go like, no.
Yeah.
To look like this.
She's that fucking picture she has is pretty good in her wallet in Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh yeah.
We should take it and just change it to that photo. Anyways, this is from StarWars.com by Danny B, as they call him. They don't call him that. It's by Dan Brooks. He's the main Star Wars writer.
Oh, Napoleon Dynamite was Justin Modesto this weekend. They did a screening thing with him, Pedro, and Uncle Rico.
Wait, is that the planet where Rey trains the Jedi Order? Modesta? Okay, sorry. So
all you people can just shut up about that. Yeah.
Spreading lies.
Every time you see Dan Brown, like I'm like
Dan Brooks.
Dan Brooks. I think of the guy who wrote the Da Vinci Code. I'm like, I guess he took that money and he's like, I'm doing my dream job now. I'm just writing about Star Wars.
I want to show him that range.
He's the Mel Brooks son that if they don't talk about, he didn't want to get into comedy. He wanted to write about Star Wars. And they were like, no, I'm kidding. I have no idea who his parents are. So anyways, inside Star Wars Visions, meet the heroes. All right. In advance of the upcoming Disney Plus anime anthology series, StarWars.com speaks with executive producer Josh Rhimes and producer Kanako Shirasaki for insight into some of the new heroes we'll encounter. And if anybody has any questions, just address me as Senpai, okay? Because that's what we do. That's how this goes. Star Wars is going to a new galaxy of storytelling, Star Wars Visions, an anime anthology featuring 9 shorts from some of the world's best anime creators, is set to debut on September 22nd on Disney Plus. That's just a few days from now, you guys. Disney dollars, give me those Disney dollars. With Inside Star Wars Vision, StarWars.com will pull back the curtain. Spread the meat flaps. Sorry. No, it doesn't say that. We'll pull back the curtain on this series for exclusive early insights into what might await us. In this installment, StarWars.com finds out about some of the starring heroes. When it comes to Star Wars Visions, you must unlearn what you have learned. Does that answer your canon question? Enough said. Visions will present unique takes on the Star Wars galaxy from some of the anime world's greatest talents. And with these visionary stories comes all new heroes. Some are similar to those we know, yet just a little different. Others seem like they're from a galaxy even further away. StarWars.com caught up with executive producer. I think it kind of already said that. All right, spoiler warning. This article discusses characters and story details from Star Wars Visions. All right, spoil the shit out of this thing. So Cara, the 9th Jedi, aka Napoleon Dynamite's girlfriend. So the 9th Jedi from production IG imagines a galaxy in which the Jedi Order is long gone, but a mysterious master named Juro hopes to revive it. And central to this possible Jedi renaissance is Cara, who has never been trained in the ways of the Force, but still holds a connection to the Guardians of Peace and Justice. All right, so that's kind of an interesting setting, in the sense that nobody knows who the Jedi are anymore. So Cara's father is a legendary lightsaber smith, which is totally unique to this tale. Rhymes tells StarWars.com. The lightsaber he makes are also different from anything we've seen before in Star Wars. Writer-director Kenji Kamiyama really leaned into this new and different vision of what a lightsaber can be and how it can reflect the nature of those who might wield it. Of course, Cara is in awe of her father and his very important job, and feels that one day she'll have what it takes to wield a lightsaber and learn the ways of the Jedi. All right, so that's kind of like the meat of the episode part. But so that's kind of weird. He makes lightsabers, but there are no Jedi. So business has not been booming.
So maybe only people who can afford a lightsaber are the ones that get a lightsaber.
I was gonna say he's working at Galaxy's Edge during Pandy,
It's like, hey, you could cut open tauntauns and you could climb inside if you want to. Like,
we need the Sham Wars. We should do Sham Wars, and he's just take this lightsaber, cut into a tauntaun, live inside it.
In this episode of Star Wars Visions, director Tamayaki Rhymes brings in the ShamWow guy in the Star Wars universe, where his face is bit off by a prostitute in Mos Espa. Oh, no. How's he going to sell his lightsabers now?
He becomes Dr. Evazan.
Yeah, right. It turns out he's not a doctor. He's the ShamWow guy this whole time.
Yeah.
So for Rhymes, Cara follows in a tradition that's key to Star Wars, but with a Visions twist. Thematically, Cara has familiar hopes and dreams and heroes like Luke or Rey. She longs for more, wishes to become a hero and get off her tundra planet, where great harpoon cannons farm for kyber crystals from the asteroid above, he says. What's new, though, is that Cara has a stable, loving relationship with her father. He's everything to her, and she's everything to him. He has an important job, and when trouble comes, she must make up her father's mission and become the hero she's meant to be. But despite her natural skills, she realizes this adventure is only the beginning and will need all the training she can get as she becomes part of a group with a mission that's bigger than herself. Oh, like Rogue One? Heard this before.
Oh my God.
Stupid. I'm not watching it now. I already saw Rogue One. No, I mean, it is an interesting take, actually, because like in Rogue One, for instance, which is the only thing I could think of that has a relationship between a father and a daughter that isn't necessarily broken because of their own doing. This is one where they actually have a living in place relationship. So that's,
mind you, this is all like in 12 minutes.
No, dude.
This is a long description for a 12-minute short.
Yeah.
Like, no offense. This is,
well, so some of them are like 22 minutes in length, and some of them are very short. So yeah, I don't remember what I said last episode, but I think they range from like 6 minutes or something to like 22 minutes somewhere.
What if this is the 6-minute one? You know, you're like, all right, guys, you may be overselling a bit of this, you know?
Yeah. I guess though, I mean, if it's just about like what the family structure is, you could imply that in a few shots in 12 seconds, that she loves her father loves her, that they live on the same place together, you know. But anyways, yeah, we'll see. She's gifted with the use of a sword, adds Shirosaki, and she's not aware of her hidden power. When it comes to design, one of Cara's looks takes direct influence from Leia, but not the famous hair buns. I think he means Napoleon Dynamite, right? That's what he means, right? Kamiyama-san took inspiration from the anime stories that have excited him and the staff at Production IG, but the Return of the Jedi speeder chase was such a huge influence on the creative team for a big action set piece, Rhymes teases. You'll see that Cara wears a helmet and poncho that uses similar design language to Leia's garb in the iconic Return of the Jedi action sequence. It is pretty good. The Return of the Jedi costumes. I don't know if people are aware, but Richard Marquand, he thought the Empire Strikes Back costumes sucked. He was like, these costumes, they're trash. And he put in a lot more work in the Return of the Jedi costumes, and I think they are better. But I still think that Empire has like a really good utility style costume, you know.
So camouflage ponchos were better than Empire.
Well, yeah, basically when you look at like what everybody's wearing, like look at like even somebody like General Maydean, you know, some just asshole in the movie. A lot more care in that costume than the stuff you see on Echo Base, you know, like a lot. I
imagine more care went into the hair
in Empire.
No, General Maydean.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, like even like the Greedo vest.
Lego.
in Return of the Jedi, you know, you can see like some Rhodians in Jabba's palace. Those are just the vest from the Hoth Echo Base scenes dyed orange to make the Greedo vest. Anyways,
hey, I'm Richie got it done on a budget. Okay. He didn't cost me any money. That's right.
In the Ninth Jedi, the stakes will be high for both the galaxy and Cara. Rhymes and Shirosaki promise it will be an adventure long remembered. Cara's journey is an epic one that brims with the skill and excitement one would expect from a feature film, Rhymes says. The score is sumptuous. The battles are epic, and Cara's ultimate destiny hangs in the balance. Cara suddenly gets caught up in an unexpected destiny, says Shirosaki, and faces the ultimate choice of her life. I do like that picture. That is pretty cool.
Production IG is a great studio. So,
but why didn't they do one on IG-88? I mean, come on.
Look, I would like a slice of life story of just Uncle Owen immediately after Anakin leaves and just his shitty life. You know, and he's got this kid. He eventually gets the kid. He's like, oh, a kid as well. You know, great.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, do you think Uncle Owen was like one of those guys that was like keeping up with the Joneses? Because if he was, like, Brew is pretty hot and he's doing pretty well for himself on Tatooine. But then Natalie Portman shows up with his like stepbrother, and then do you think after that he was just like, whatever, I could do better?
I want Owen's in-laws to come in and he has to deal with it. It's like everybody hates Owen, you know?
Yeah.
You know, and our daughter was the school prom queen. Now look at her. Ooh.
Hey, hey Owen, it's your Uncle Larry. I brought you this leg lamp. Since you couldn't save your father, maybe you want this leg lamp to remember him by.
From Planet Fragile.
So, okay. So how do you think that's said? Care?
Yeah, like Talon Card.
Well, there's no
It's
D
Carrie.
at the end. Is
Like
it Carrie?
Andrews?
Carrie?
Carrie, the artist, writer, director.
The twins. Triggers the twins follows dark side siblings, Cara and Am, an almost flip version of the Skywalker saga's well-known brother and sister. This is no hero's journey, however. When the story begins, the twins already hold great power. Still, always in motion is the future, especially for Carrie, Car. Along with his sister Am. Stop writing it if I don't know how to say it, Dan Brooks.
You do think by now Star Wars writers would give those little pronunciation bits next to names, right? Just so we all know. I'm
just gonna call her Kitster. Along with his sister Am, Kitster was created by Darkside forces who planned for the powerful twins to rule the galaxy, Shirosaki says. However, Kitster makes his own choices to free himself from a life that has been designed by the people around him. Should have named him Kitster.
I do want that story with Kitster now.
That actually would be pretty good.
He creates Star Tours. Kitster created Star Tours to get himself out of a life of poverty. And then he ended up disrupting the entire tourism industry in the New Republic, and he became a Silicon douchebag. He rebuilt the Techno Union, and everyone hates Kitster now. And he actually became richer than Palpatine and Vader combined. So
my hope for Kitster, because they always gave him that dumb backstory that he wanted to be Jabba the Hutt's major domo, and I hope that when
quote unquote
he created the Alibaba of the galaxy.
Well, no, Boba needs one now. Boba killed Bib Fortuna. Bib Fortuna did get demoted. So now it's time for Kitster to apply for that job. Live that dream, dude. Go for your dreams, Kitster. Believe in yourself.
He's 70 and he shows up. I can serve you. And he just fumbles over himself and he serves.
No, dude.
His senility, he serves the wrong food. He's
like 45, dude.
He's pouring hair shampoo into the coffee.
Yeah, dude. He's like, I mean, it's like I said, it's never too late for Kitster to live his dreams. I'm just saying.
He's 45, but Owen was like 19 in A New Hope. Little known fact.
Right.
Just it just ravages you,
Yeah, but that's for white people. You know what I mean? Everybody else is going to do okay. You know what I mean?
No. Yeah, he's got that tan skin.
Goddamn space colonizers. That's what you get.
I'm surprised we haven't had any Neo Tatooine stories yet, where it's deep in the future of Star Wars. Tatooine's now the cyberpunk desert, Burning Man, and there's just
a Las Vegas there now.
Yeah, I can do this. You know what I mean? They're all the pod racer gangs are street punks, and they pop Jedi pills that give them temporary force powers.
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
Hey, hold on.
Viva
I'm redoing the sequel trilogy, so let me write Las Vegas. Alrighty. Good job, Wards.
You got it, George. Imashi-san at Trigger really dug into his own style and the twins themes with Luke and Leia to create dark side twins, Cara and Am. While this set of twins has a destiny that is seemingly already written, with them both sitting on their thrones on a giant twin Star Destroyer, Kitster has a crisis of conscience born out of love for his sister that drives his choice. Wait, this is Star Wars. You can't write that line. You can't write that line in Star Wars. Because what does that mean?
She looked kind of, she looked kind of good in that thing with the Hutt Slayer. You know what I'm talking about.
Come on. We're abroad.
Snaps.
I mean, it's, like stepsisters in anime. It's kind of a thing. If you aren't aware of that, it's culturally appropriate.
Yeah, I go to UPorg, Porg Hub. I've been there. I know what's on there.
Not UPorg? And it's all porg porn, dude. Like UPorg is
UPorg. Porg Hub.
Or it's all just porg shows, but and they're like all right douchebag porgs,
Yeah, but then they get the caretakers in there and they have some interracial.
Whoa.
Some of them really try to fight in the UFC, don't do too well,
So basically every premise is like, I'm a sad Jedi maroon on this planet. I'm going to give up my ways. And then they're like, hey, can we wash your clothes? And then there you go.
It's
all right. Indeed, the conflict for Kitster forms the heart of the twins. And by inverting a classic Star Wars motif to follow protagonists along with the dark side, storytelling possibilities opened up. Kitster brings a whole new point of view to Star Wars, but it also feels so familiar, says Rhymes. He's fighting for M, the only family member he's ever loved or known, and she is against it with every fiber of her being. Kitster's drive to protect and hold on to those he loves can be traced back to Anakin with his love for his mother, or for Padme, or his best friend Kitster. And Luke when it comes to his love for his friends and his ultimate forgiveness of his father. He's making a choice that will forever shape his destiny. What's really unique is that he's doing it from an all-powerful position that's set against a wild, exaggerated burst of sound and fury and color. But it's all because he wants his sister to live.
Is that because they lost their other sibling, PM?
I don't know. When you get down to this one, though, like from the sound of it, this one sounds like it could make its way into canon in a have you ever heard the story of Darth Plagueis the Wise kind of moment, if they ever wanted to.
What you have to also know is Studio Trigger is an amazing animation studio, so the fights are going to be ridiculously over the top.
Nice.
Like if you've never seen Kill La Kill, you go watch that. Yeah. It's great. But I mean, like you're gonna be like, what? I guarantee you. So
once I became the senpai of Star Wars, I just felt like I was above everything, and I stopped learning and looking into things. But I think you taught me a lesson here today.
You're the Jedi that does internet research and fucks up the whole Jedi Order.
You know what, Mace, do your own research.
No,
you would know the truth.
Jocasta If it's not Star Wars, it doesn't exist.
Jocasta Nu is the COVID denier of the Jedi Order.
She was the first one to go. In terms of design, Kitster continues the Star Wars Sith tradition of looking, to put it plainly, incredibly cool. He sports very Vader-esque black armor, complete with flowing cape, chest box, and mask. But underneath it all is a more personal connection to the studio and filmmaker. So much has been said about Kitster's look, says Rhymes. This truly is Star Wars meets Promare. Promare was, is that how you say it? Promare?
Yeah, Promare.
Promare was Imashi-san's breakout movie hit for Trigger. While Kitster wears garb and helmet influenced by Darth Vader, his boyish blonde look underneath it all has a passing resemblance to the fan favorite character Leo from Promare. We find it delightful as an homage to both Star Wars and Promare, but this melding of Imashi-san's special style of anime onto a galaxy far, far away is exactly what we were looking for when it came to making Star Wars Visions. So Kitster's struggle is, in a sense, to break free of everything that armor represents. He is a strong believer that you can choose your own destiny and forge your own path, says Shirasaki. Kitster's on a classic journey of his own, Rhymes says, but his tale has shades of both Anakin and Luke as he pushes against his own destiny and holds out hope that he may one day save and redeem his sister. And right here we see him with his sister. The years have not been kind to her.
That is the different anime. That is not the Studio Trigger anime.
No, that's Kitster and his sister right there, dude. Trust me. And address me as Senpai next time you...
Sunblock.
Yes, okay. He looks just like Leo from Promare.
Yeah, so This is a Jedi and the Jedi's grandpa. So Dan the Elder. Do you think Dan Brooks just changed it to Dan the Elder and that's not even correct?
You think Dan Brooks puts Dan, quote unquote, the man, elder?
No, that's his D&D game name.
Dan the Elder. The Elder, also from Trigger, explores the classic Master Padawan relationship and the short Jedi learner known simply as Dan, has much to learn. You
Oh,
think it's
also from
Dan, or
Trigger,
think
so
it's
different
Don?
designers on this one. Don. Well, Don Tuin. Oh, what if it's the rise of Don Tuin? Like he lands on the planet Tuin, and he goes, now it's Don Tuin.
Maybe he's like a real Columbus type, and he tries to go to Tatooine and colonize it and name it after himself. Goes to the wrong place.
All the Jawas are just eating suka, and he's revolted by it.
Yeah, he brings his own band with him too, the Dan band.
the figuring Dan. Is it Dan? Dan is a Jedi Padawan. I like how it's just Dan. Like, hey, I'm just Dan, from down the street. Dan is a Jedi Padawan who is a bit impatient and sarcastic. He just wants to see a little Jedi action, if you know what I mean. His master, Tajin, is wise and cautious, but trusting. Rhyme says, Dan learns the hard way about what it means to seek out a fight or to underestimate an opponent. Every fight I've ever been in, I could relate to this guy. However, Dan, still has the heart of a Jedi. Despite his impatience and flashes of sarcasm, Dan brings a sweet, youthful energy to the galaxy. It's hard not to fall in love with him or see yourself.
He likes to eat cats, unfortunately, and they have to stop him every episode.
Is he like Alf?
Yes.
Time to go to the wet market.
This short really dissects a particular master-student relationship in a really deep and incisive way. As established in the Star Wars prequels, there's a uniformity to Padawan learners. Still, Dan carves out some individuality. Just like
it's Dan the Padawan.
Dan the Padawan. Oh, man.
Now I'm making that shirt.
With his master, Teddy the Jedi. Okay, anyways, Dan has a typical Padawan hairstyle with braid, but I love that he added his own twist with shaved lines to it. Shirasaki says his curiosity and lack of experience lands him in dire straits, but his master teaches him the lessons needed to overcome his challenges. Because when he was a Jedi, he had a grill and cornrows.
I was gonna say, does he move these refrigerators with the Force? Like, huh? Yeah. Come on, guys. Jesse's like,
sorry.
And it's in the interplay between Dan and his master that forms the center of The Elder, and also acts as a personal statement from the short's director. Themes of youth versus experience and everything that comes with it hang on every frame of the story. It makes sense, since this might be director Otsuka-san's final film for Trigger, Rhyme says. In many ways, this is a love letter from him, the old master, to the newer, younger generation of artists starting up. That's pretty nice of him. So, okay, so down here...
As opposed to Hayao Miyazaki when he's working with those younger students when The Force Awakens came out, and he's just like, I can't do anything. I just, and then his producer Suzuki is like, he just wants to gobble up people's talents. Like, like Hayao is kind of like, he's like Tor Valum of anime. Like,
right.
He gobbles them up and then they get burnt out. Yeah.
So this one is called Fuck the Village Bride. They can't write the F word on StarWars.com. So they just wrote the F. Fuck the Village Bride. What?
That's horrible.
Oh, this one's hot, dude. It's like she's
right now. Dan's like, this is not what I intended.
Hot. Yeah, right.
No, dude.
I don't really think that I thought through my copy editing today. I don't really think we're just putting holes in all my efforts. Damn it!
It's like that episode of The Office. What's it called in Braveheart when the king gets to sleep with the bride?
Prima Noctis.
Yeah, that's in Star Wars. So, anyways, so Cinema Citrus, the Village Bride, finds a fallen Jedi known only as F, observing a small village's wedding rituals.
Sorry, it's pronounced words.
Like for Zatochi.
Uh-huh. Man,
like Francis is gonna bankrupt me, like
Observing a small village's wedding rituals. Little is known about Ev, but what she does not reveal speaks volume. Aided by her trusty Wookiee, Bukake. Okay, anyways, from her cloak to her mask to her one-letter name is a mysterious hidden cautious due to a great tragedy in her past, Rhyme says. Despite her Jedi heroics and in earlier time, she is really much more of an observer here as she takes in an unfamiliar world and village and must decide, will she step back into her old Jedi life and reveal herself?
She's hiding from the alphabet killer.
Let him burn. You know what I mean? Just let him. Yeah.
Done
enough. Yeah.
One avenue explored in The Village Bride is the idea of the Force and how different cultures might interpret the mystical energy field. For
She's
Ev,
a witch.
burner.
I've seen her.
Oh, no.
It represents a chance to learn. This short introduces the Force in a unique way, Shirosaki says. People of planet Kilia don't know the concept of the Force. It's gonna kill you down here.
I just hear it Alf's voice, right? This guy's gonna kill you.
People of the planet Kilia don't know the concept of the Force.
They interpret it in their own way. They call it Magina, or maybe it's Magina. I think it's Magina.
That's the Magina monologues. Actually, it's
more like a
I should not go there. It's not gonna go well.
Well, no. Fun fact: George Lucas, when he was a kid, thought vagina was said Magina, and it's a tribute to George. Okay.
Wait, hold on. I gotta check Snopes first for that fact.
They call it Magina, and uses it to connect them with the nature around them. I get it. That's what Magina is good for that. As such, The Village Bride is a more transcendental tale, yet not without action. The feel of the short is reflected in the nature of herself. Herself.
You guys.
Come on, guys.
I am genuinely looking forward to all of these. It's just, there's only so much you can. But this is why the teacher doesn't allow any of us to read the book. You had to read a chapter or a paragraph or whatever. We ruin it.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm somebody who should proofread a third time every time, and I don't, and I really should.
I like how you just publish straight from audio speaking to dialogue in your phone.
Sometimes sometimes you just got to get it out and deal with it later, or you won't do it. Brings a sense of serene calm to this piece. F herself. The Village Bride is as much about the natural world, customs, traditions, and a new and unexpected way people might worship and wield the Force. It's a meditative story, almost a tone poem, as reflects on what is happening in front of her, but also on her own tragic past, as Rhymes. As danger escalates and is drawn into conflict once again, her ultimate choice is such a moment of catharsis and release. It makes a lot of sense. All right. Still, it will be a journey to get to that point, and her design represents that battle.
I like how her actual name is Cinema Citrus, but you have a problem with the F. Like this we buy.
Yeah, this is guarded.
I like orange juice. I like movies. Makes sense.
Is guarded in every sense of the word. She wears an elaborate mask and cloak that figuratively and literally shields past traumas, Rhyme says. For Shirosaki, however, it's a particularly successful look. And there's a good reason for that. Eyes wide shut, you guys. I personally love her combination of boots with Japanese hakama. Do you guys know what hakama is?
Yes.
What is hakama? I know what hikama is.
They're the billowy pants that you wear over your gi that go over your legs.
Oh, they mean hammer pants.
Yes.
I was going to say, it's a tasty root. Because it's like sweet.
Can't touch this.
So you can't see the movement of the feet.
Right.
Yeah,
people don't know, but when Luke puts that like twig on Rey, and she feels the Force, he actually says, "Can't touch this." But you have to listen. Really
so samurai wear those pants like those poker players wear the shades, right? So you can't tell what.
Even just regular that people who do like the regular Bushido training too, they wear them as well. So it's kind of like
okay.
Well, I played like Bushido blade for like 2 weeks straight.
Did you play it in black and white like Rob, so you could feel more like a Kurosawa film?
No. Oh. Was that an option, or did you have a black and white?
Yeah,
TV?
you could turn it in black and white mode. Yeah. Although I soon found out every TV you can just turn the color down and get black and white mode, but whatever.
Yeah, I put it in black and white because it's just more artistic that way.
Yeah.
I personally love her combination of boots with Japanese hakama, he says. Hammer pants. The staff at the animation studio behind the short, Cinema Citrus,
actually pants in Star Wars, buddy.
Hammerhead pants. Yeah. Actually dressed up like her to test the costume design, and that really paid off. You weirdos. You just wanted to get weird. You just wanted to not say you can't touch this to everyone.
He just wants to sell them on the merch store and get licensing. It's like JJ can do it, so can I.
As a tale of redemption, the village bride echoes one of the greatest Star Wars themes, effing the bride. F's journey is bittersweet and stirring as she reconnects with others and herself after running for so long, Rhyme says. It's thrilling to see her finally embrace the hero within. And then we got this guy right here with
the serious one.
Yeah, this guy though.
Look, black and white samurai Bushido blade.
So is his ponytail blowing in the wind right here, or does he have lots of moose to make this happen?
Oh man, don't hate on the
I'm asking
Jedi,
a question.
The Jedi tail.
Dude, man, that's the flock of seagulls for their time.
No, is that a flock of seagulls straight up, or is that a ponytail?
I'm gonna go flock of seagulls.
Damn.
It's actually a really big Padawan tail, right? Like big anime sized Padawan tail.
So Ronan the Duel. Taking inspiration from samurai lore in films that inspired Star Wars itself, along with a mashup of newer forms and other genres, the Duel follows a Jedi known simply as Ronan. Ronan is a wanderer, an anti-hero, a mysterious warrior. Directly influenced by Toshiro Mifune and Kurosawa films like Yojimbo, Rhymes explains. He exists in a realm where old Kurosawa films, manga, westerns, and Star Wars all collide in a feudal-style world of stormtrooper remnants and alien bodyguard squads.
Told you play Bushido blade in black and white, so for like a Kurosawa film.
His sidekick.
You little hater.
Hey, I didn't hate you. I just made fun of you for doing it. That's all.
That's literally the hate.
I'm gonna go play.
I didn't make fun of you. I just talked a lot of shit about the thing you love because it's stupid. You know. Sorry, Jesse.
No. I mean, it's stupid to me. Sorry.
Yeah, that totally. How's that better? All right,
dude. I called Senpai. That's why. And his sidekick is a killer droid in a straw hat. Killer droid in a straw hat, like that. Straw hat pizza is bullshit. I ordered some of that during the pandemic. I was like, let's get straw hat pizza. We've had every piece of shit food ever. Let's try that blast from the past. And it was a blast from my ass. It was awful. Everything about this character feels so right for Star Wars visions and kind of the stories and influences we wanted to explore. So nobody knows who he is or where he is from, adds Shirasaki. He doesn't talk about himself. The only one who knows his true identity is his droid, and it doesn't speak either. As viewers, we are only given the same limited amount of information about the protagonist that is given to the other characters of this short. I do like what this one's doing right here, like kind of off the bat, is like George Lucas was inspired by the Kurosawa films because he didn't know anything about the culture. So the customs and what things meant. So you're kind of lost if you don't know. And so in a way, it's kind of playing a similar game, I think, where you are lost, you know? The design, the does what?
JJ lost.
Stupid.
Look, man, that low hanging fruit everyone can eat. All right.
Fair enough. The designs of Ronan and his droid were some of the first created for Visions, taking Star Wars back to its samurai roots with bold colors and a sense of humor. They came to represent everything Visions could be. Very early on, we saw Takashi Okazaki's design for Ronan and his droid, and were utterly blown away. Black and white with a flourish of red for his saber. We knew we were onto something with Visions, Rhyme says. Okazaka-san.
It's Sin Sithy.
Sin Sithy.
You get it? You get what I did?
Mm-hmm.
All right, never mind.
It's just
like, yeah, we understand. Stupid.
We understand, Rob. We just didn't laugh. No, kidding.
Right.
Okazaki-san is just an amazing artist that captures so much depth and detail. It creates these characters with so much love and care. We're all a happy family. Though Ronan has been wandering, it will soon be time to face his destiny. We'll find out about further adventures of our hero in the Visions novel Ronan. But this tale is about a man with a strong sense of justice and right and wrong, says Rhymes. The way he's animated and performed in both original Japanese and the English dub shows that he really carries the weight of his own past with him on his journey towards self-discovery. And he'll dispense some eye-popping lightsaber clashing justice along the way if he must. Do you like Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN? Get the Disney bundle now. Okay.
See, I got in on that 3-year prepay thing, so I got it for a steal. It was like $120 for like 3 years or something. So
yeah, I was going to do it, but I figured I probably wouldn't want to watch everything for 3 years. and
you should have known.
Yeah, I should have known. No, I mean, yeah.
Got it.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to the chat now and see what we missed real quick. Does anybody have anything they want to add before I start talking about the chat?
No?
Okay. So yeah, we got some stuff we already read, and then Chamber says, "Hey guys, greetings from Costa Rica, Pura Vida." Whoa, that's pretty cool, Costa Rica.
Costa Rica.
I want to go there. That sounds like a pretty fun place to party. So, okay. And then Craig Sheldon, how's it going, Craig? He says, seems like a lot of these will be Jedi focused. Yeah, it does seem like it's going that way. I don't think all of them are, but I bet you the vast majority of them, because anime and Jedi, they kind of meet pretty easily, I think.
I want to be one of those guys that has just enough force powers, just enough to be just better at pro wrestling than everyone else in the Star Wars universe.
Mm-hmm.
And I can just start my own little like Darth kayfabe, right?
I just want the English dubs to be done by Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Every time 3PO speaks, oh!
He's all, I get if it's not Jordan. How's it going, Jordan? Jordan says, I get if it's not canon. But have they said when it's set? And like it was, we just learned, you asked this probably before we read all of that, but some of them are set in places that we have no idea what it means, or when do people not know of the Jedi, that they've forgotten it and then it's rediscovered and stuff like that. So, all right. What else we got? See, look, all hands on deck. Look at them just being a nice dude, just like saying hi to people and stuff.
Chamber, do you watch La Reina del Flow?
A good neighbor. Jordan says, okay. Oh, wait. Okay, I can do this, you guys. Here we go. Rick Jones. Visions, characters, and events can become canon, but the anime itself will not be considered canon. Right. That sounds like what they have been saying, but said better than I can do it. So, Geek Furious is like, this write-up is longer than the episode.
True that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, these episodes are like 6 minutes long, but the episode is just, the write-up is just a giant dissertation. It's like when they're like, oh, and she has these deep things with her father or something, or her brother, and then in the anime it'll be like, you're my brother, yay. But they had intentions. They had intentions behind all that.
Someone already took the Kane Hackman theory as a thesis, so they're going to do a thesis on all the visions.
Wait, the what? Kane Hackman?
You never saw PCU?
Mm-mm.
I did. No one remembers the names. Like,
never mind.
So we
gotta be careful with those 98 or 2001 references because people just don't remember the movie.
No, it's like 93, 94.
Shit.
PCU? Yeah. Not 93, 94.
Rick Jones says, if this was a Netflix series, marketing wouldn't even say anything about it until it was out on streaming. That is true.
Oh, no, you're right. It's 94. Shit. All right, you got me.
Rob is always wrong.
But I check myself. Like, it's Rob redacts Rob. Like,
Rob redacts Rob.
I cancel myself consistently.
Listen, every time I ask for a piece of paper, it's all black.
Water beats fire.
You know what it was? The minute I said, it's not 93, 94, I'm like, I'm fucking wrong. Like, I just went and looked it up. I just know I'm wrong. I'm horrible at dates and names. I got general theories right, though.
Scissors beat paper. Rock.
I'm within the
Rob redacts Rob.
Yeah,
Rob redacts Rob.
Boosh.
All right. Geek Furia says, anything in Lucasfilm Disney end up thinking can work as canon will become canon. So everything can be canon. Like, I can become a billionaire, but that's highly unlikely. Oh, no.
It can, but it won't on. So dumb.
No.
These layouts shuffle.
No, we used to have one, and it worked with all of us.
Zoomed out all three.
But now,
zoom out. Can you double click on that and see if it zooms out? Like,
nope.
Because I know what you're talking about. Is that one where it was zoomed out?
No, it's literally just gone now. The one that we had before, and then it's like
now it's even worse. Mm-hmm. Like, it's zoomed in even more.
No layout for you.
Jesse, where'd you go? Jesse? Oh, hello, Jesse.
Jesse, just talk with your hands above the bar when you have something to say. Yeah.
I would not be surprised if somebody at Lucasfilm ends up digging in these and makes bullet point canonizes them. You know what I mean? Where that's not canon, but the events are. I bet you it happens.
I think Rob doesn't understand dates and times. Idiot. Yes.
White rabbits all. After the snap of a few sparks and a quick whip of ozone, the lamp blazed forth in unparalleled glory. Ralphie.
You know, that would make for a great opening crawl.
So was that Kamali Nachali as Kitster and Kenobi confirmed?
Damn
confirmed.
Let's jacked up now too.
Oh, Santa knows it was Star Wars Meg that confirmed Kitster's back. Right, Santa? My ears. What the Village Bride? Laugh out loud. I know
back,
Santa.
Welcome back. Kitster's back.
Santa, I still get presents, man, because it was StarWars.com who said that, not me. All hands on deck. May the F be with you. That sounds about right. And then, oh, hey, it's up, Jason. Jason Pemberton. I came into the stream with vagina being repeated. Nailed it. That's what she said.
He played the MakingStarWars.net bingo and won.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna bet. My bet is two bets. One's against Geek Furious, and if it never happens and he's right, then he can never truly win because it could always be happening, but it hasn't. But if it does happen, I think they will canonize bullet points from it. I think they're gonna love it. I think the people internally are gonna love it, and they're gonna find a way to make that story have happened. That's just the legend.
That scene from I had that scene from Mr. Bean where he's trying to copy from the notes, you know, like in the first episode. And it's like Lucasfilm story devs like,
right? And then
good stuff. No, this is great. This is great. Yeah.
and I'm also betting that
stuff.
Not the ones that we just talked about are the 20-minute ones. Because
well,
like,
I hope so, because Studio Trigger is awesome. So
yeah,
I'm looking forward to all that.
I mean,
really good.
Yeah, I'm betting those are the I don't know if tent pole is the right word for it, but the ones that yeah, okay. Come on. You can't beat some butt all the time. No. Can we? I think we can.
Yeah.
I think we've proven it.
How long did Mike Judge's friends have to hear that shit before it became famous? And then when it became famous, he's like, I told you the shit's funny. Like, you all fucking hated it. Now you got to see it everywhere.
Or Seth MacFarlane.
It was like that for 20 years, right? Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Star Wars Family Guy was a one watch for me. I can't lie. I watched it once and I was done.
The Empire Strikes Back one was actually funnier than the first one.
On your screen, is Jesse locked up?
No.
Okay, on mine he's locked up. But whatever. This system does whatever it wants. Hold on, I'm gonna try to see if I can get Jesse back. Nope.
There you go. No, don't work for you.
Nah, it doesn't work. But it's okay. If you guys, as long as you guys can see it,
yeah,
that's all that matters. Yeah. Yeah, but I am curious if it's going to be like 3 20-minute ones and then the other ones are like music videos. You know what I mean? Like how does that range like scale in terms of all of this? And then we also have one studio doing like 2 of the ones I'm assuming are both the big ones. And I wonder if that goes against my idea. But
I'm telling you, some of these are going to be like 6 to 10 minutes.
No, they are. I mean, for sure. Some of
the
them
ones we read today. The ones we read today.
You think the ones that we read today are the small baby ones?
And I'm willing to bet you the ones they talked about the most have the least amount of dialogue, so they're giving you all this backstory for things that don't. I mean,
if it doesn't make sense when you watch it.
Well, look, I mean, that's the thing what Lucas would do, where he would like show you something and then there's an intention behind it and he expects you to get all that from looking at it. So it's like anything else with these things. Like in Love, Death, Robot, do you really get every little backstory that you're looking in all those little anthology pieces? No, but it's there, you know? So
yeah, I feel like if you are accurate, if your prediction is true, I think it's a big mistake because this is going to be like, this is basically telling us that all of the story, the real takeaway from it hinges on these right here. Whereas like the one with like the really cute robot flying around the sky and shit, I don't really expect.
What if that's your favorite fucking one, bro?
It probably will be. No, I'm not knocking it. I'm all for it. Yeah, and when stuff isn't canon, I'm like fucking go crazy.
Star Wars loves its robots. Give the robot a heroic moment. You know that isn't about. Well, I mean, yeah.
As long as he's not pulling the guts out of another robot.
I'm looking forward to the
Thank you
rock opera.
For that.
The rock opera one is the one I want to see the most. That's the one I'm like. That's the one I think is either going to be pure genius and I'm going to be so appreciative that we got it, or it's going to be the worst idea of all time. But either way, I know it's going to be fun to watch, to experience.
Would you rather have it be a Led Zeppelin kind of style or more Queen?
Jim Steinman, bro.
Well, I would go, when I hear rock opera, you go into that Queen, the Who kind of like realm, Tommy, and if the songs are fucking really good, cool. But what I'm afraid of is that it doesn't know what rock is and it's fucking Glee. You know what I mean? And it looks and feels like fucking, it's like Glee anime Star Wars.
J-pop is better than our current pop. Let's just be honest.
No, J-pop is really good.
And most anime theme songs are better than most of the professional music we've had released in this country in the last 20 years.
So. But here's the but about it is I don't know all of the details about how they went through and did the music, but it's in English and it's in Japanese.
Don't do it in English.
Well, no, but if they're doing it in English, I mean, that's going to be the best way for us to experience the a musical. You know what I mean?
It'll be good for this show when I come on here and go, yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about. All right, you're not gonna sing a little rock opera. Like that's every.
See you protect my balls, Rosie.
No. I mean, I know, but where I'm going with it is. I almost feel like the music had to cater to that idea. You can't just go, you know what? I'm gonna write a rock opera in Japanese and then I'm gonna make it work in English. I almost feel like you have to like be taking those considerations into account the whole time. And you know, I go both ways about subs and dubs. You know what I mean? I know really like Ranma 1/2 is like my favorite anime cartoon ever. It's cutesy. It's a soap opera. It's, you know, that actually like it the best. But the dub is better than the sub on it. Like the first couple of seasons, anyways, before they change Ranma out. The comedy and the timing is it just works so well that I don't feel like when I read the comic or when I
So one anime made 50 years ago.
No,
sort of dubbed better than the subtitle. I get you. Look, some of
them
I'm
not saying that most of them aren't shitty or it's not better to watch it that way all the time, but I'm just saying it's not a rule.
But like here's my problem with even some of the better dubs. Like Porco Rosso is a better dub. Keaton is Porco Rosso because it was pretty great. Mm-hmm. Phil Hartman as the cat and Kiki's Delivery Service was pretty good. Mm-hmm. And the Death Note dub is easier to listen to because there's so much dialogue. It's hard to read the subs, right? That's not that I think the sub is the dub itself is pretty good, all things considered. But the problem I have is anytime you get to like an elderly person in an anime, and in Japan, they'll cast a real aged actor who has strength and vitality in their voice. But in America, it's, I'm a little guy. You know, like every fucking time, or every chick sounds like Tara Strong.
That sounds
E.G. Daily.
That sounds authentic to me.
And I love Tara Strong and E.G. Daily, but every fucking character's gonna sound
vaccinated. Are you crazy?
I'm not gonna get Star Wars vaccinated. Oh hell, no. You know.
You can't fool me.
I'm moving to Florida.
Like, every fucking elderly person has to sound like this. Is like so? It's that problem I have with American voice actors in general is they feel they have to speak through the drawings, that they have to project through them. Mm-hmm. You know, like DuckTales is one of the better examples where they don't do a lot of that. They let the personalities of the characters fly. But then you open up. That's why when people like Disney,
DuckTales,
it's really good. It's really good. But
that's
you get into
Disney Plus for 3 years so we can watch it all the time.
Yeah, and every Marvel show, and you know,
but mostly DuckTales, mostly just.
Well, let's be honest, dude. The kid who wore electric shoes or whatever is fucking the Apple Dumpling Gang.
Gravity Falls.
Yeah. But most of them are just super over the top. How you doing that? But you know, it's like Powerpuff Girls was the spoof of that, right? Mm-hmm. But they're mostly like that. And I can't stand it. Like, could you imagine taking modern people like the modern DC animated films? But I say that the voice acting is fucking horrible out of most of them.
A lot of
there's some, for a few rare exceptions. The Dark Knight Returns was the better one. But could you imagine taking modern like voice acting and throwing it into the Batman animated series in '92? It'd be fucking ridiculous. Right. Like it just would sound it would sound like Batman Forever, you know? Like as much as I like Batman Forever, it doesn't work when you pair it with a serious visual. So,
and I'm gonna go back. Bebop. Yeah, Joel says that Cowboy Bebop may have the best theme song ever. Yeah. I will say, I'm not ashamed of this. We bought the Ranma CDs from Japan, and we would listen to them in the car because the songs are. But they changed the songs out a lot in Ranma.
Ranma have. I love the art style too, and the games were actually really good on the SNES and stuff. The fighters.
Yeah. We bought those imported for like a lot of money back then, back before the internet times when you could just download a ROM.
When I played it, I was like, because my buddy, he would do that. He'd import them. You know, those like those import ads in the back of like Game Fan and stuff. Like his father would actually do that. And I was like, did they make a Project Echo fighting game? Because I'm a perv. I would like to play Project Echo.
Is that like is that hentai?
No, Eiko's got to fight Biko because she has to save Seiko. It's really important. And they all go to school.
Fighting over B cups and C cups?
Hey, you know what? You got to be there, man. It's really important.
Yeah, because I never heard of it. So
Project Eiko's great.
Yeah. I could be wrong. I think we even had to solder a chip onto our PlayStation to play one of the Ranma games at one point.
I tried to do that to play Toe Ball 2, and not only fried my PlayStation, but almost lit my fucking apartment on fire.
Wow.
You do not want me building things. Like, it is really like working on tanks. I was like, I don't think I can break this, but I probably can.
So Rob with a soldering iron is like Naka from the on-shot Force Awakens moment where he finds the saber in the savannah and burns down his village.
Pretty much.
Chunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am. I'm like Chunk. Like my dad, I was like, Dad, why didn't you ever teach me how to like work on cars? He's like, because you're a fucking you're a klutz. Like everything you do, like I nearly broke my foot last night just walking to my couch. Like I slammed my left pinky toe right into the wooden post, and like, bro, my foot is pure red and almost like it is as close to getting broke as it could. I'm like, I just trying to sit down, man. I am the worst
I know,
klutz.
the boy here, he's klutzy too. That's the funniest part. He wants to play football and baseball.
Yeah, my dad was like, you're getting nowhere near that, you know? He didn't even let me build my own Huffy Vortex. That shit was built when I woke up Christmas morning. Don't you ever fix your bike, is what my dad told me.
Wow.
Something will drop and you'll be like, oh, accident. Sorry.
Yeah.
After I wanted that Huffy Vortex bike, me and Rob had the same bike. And I really wanted that bike, and I got it for my birthday, which is in August. For Christmas, somebody was getting rid of like a broken dirt bike, and my dad gets me, which is, I mean, nice. It's coming from a good place, like, but he gets me a broken dirt bike, and he's like, "Yeah, we're gonna fix it," and I'm like, "Okay." I like look at it. I don't know how to fix this fucking thing. And he never fixed it. And then now he tells the story that I was afraid of it. Afraid of it? It didn't even run. There was nothing to be afraid of. It didn't do anything.
I didn't know the Vortex existed. I didn't know.
Yeah.
we didn't go to a store. I didn't read papers.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't have any. I didn't know anything about it. I just, one day I woke up and that fucking thing, the DeLorean of bicycles, is sitting under the, I was like, I figured it was for my brother because he got all the cool shit. I'd get like the fucking dumb shit. Mm-hmm. I know people think the eldest gets the best stuff. Not in my house. The one that looks more like the parent gets the best stuff on my dad. But my dad got me that one. And I remember I was telling Jason today, months after Christmas, they had this bike day, like right around spring started, right? And finally I could bring a bike to school, and I brought this one, and kids were like, you're not cool enough for that bike. They were mad. But I was the only one in the school that had one. And people were like, what the fuck is this? And yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I first saw that bike in the Best catalog for the store Best.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I need this bike. It was like it was like Wayne's World. Like,
by the time I hit the 8th grade, we took all the plastic off because I was like, I need a bike that doesn't have all this on because I'm getting, it's a bit much for 1991, 92. Yeah. We took it off, and there was a black widow living in there with all these babies. And it was like, there was black widows all over my dad's garage. And again, he told me, I told you never to touch anything.
Yeah. It actually, the Huffy Vortex bike had white tires. Yeah. And when the tires finally broke down and I had to get new ones, I couldn't get white tires anywhere. And so I got black tires put on it, and then it looked stupid.
Yeah, well, I went on eBay. I was like, is one of these for sale? Like, maybe I would like to rosebud myself here, you know?
Yeah.
And look, and there's one for $450, and it doesn't have any of the plastic on the rims, and it has black tires. So
I saw one go on eBay that had already sold like the week before I looked into it for $90, and I was like, I totally would have bought it. You know, I'm like, can I ride that today? Probably not. I'm probably way too big for it. I have no idea. But
you get on it and it just crushes the spokes.
And it looks like fucking Donkey Kong in Mario Kart or something. Bowser.
Designed to hold like 110 pounds.
Probably, yeah. But I got kids, and I think it's cool.
I got a dog. Like,
but I used to ride it with the power glove on one hand and the Nest light zapper in the other, and the cords in my pockets.
If anyone deserves to own that bike other than us, it'd be Angry Video Game Nerd.
Yeah,
right? Like Angry, I could see him.
That one character he plays where he puts on all the stuff with the rocket launcher,
the U-Force and the
you should ride that bike. You should ride that bike.
Yes, sir.
I never had that. I never saw that bike until like I guess later on. Some people were talking about it. All I had was it's like a, I don't even remember the name of it. It's just like a white bike with red tires.
Yeah, I don't know. Long. I don't know if the Huffy Vortex started the whole craze, or if it was just the best one of that whole craze of the hubcap.
It was at the tail end of the craze because it went from that to dinos and dinky dinos and stuff, which I only know because my mom married some other dude later on, and then when his little cousin showed up, and this kid was like Montana Max. I don't know how to describe it. He talked like him. He was mean to everybody, and his parents gave him everything. You know, and his name was Ricky.
Red line, son.
Yeah, and he would curse. I'd never seen a kid who'd curse at his parents, and they would go, "Okay, fine." Like, I was like, "What world is this?" So I would go, "Do you realize to get McDonald's?" Yeah. Mom, give it to Pepsi with something, because it needs lemonade, motherfucker. Like, she would really do that. Like,
fucking thirsty, get in here.
When we get a fucking Dini Dino, Mom, you know, like,
we had a drummer named George in high school, and the very first time we went over to George's house, his mom and his sister were in there, and they started like complaining about something he didn't do, and he yells, "Shut up, Snatch," to his mom, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I had never seen anything like that. I would get the shit beat out of me.
So that's how I know. Like that was at the tail end of the Huffy thing. So people were like, they were still into him, but I remember just the kids were like, might be a bit much, you know. But I loved it, man.
That's
it was
it got stolen after like 6 months, and then I didn't have a bike for a while, and then the next thing I know, my dad got a bike from Costco. I was like, this is the first time ever. It's called Sky Comish or something like that.
What was it? Was it Costco or was it the Price Club?
It was Costco.
The Price Club. For me, it was the Price Club back in the day. Yeah.
So it was just kind of mountain bike thing. It was a little too big for me at the time.
Yeah. Did Costco become, or did Price Club become Costco?
Yep.
Or okay. Yeah. Weird lineage of bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
But
everyone's like, "What are we talking about?"
Well, we had the bikes, bro, and
I just Senpai just read to you for an hour. I can do whatever I want now. That's what I say.
I want some story. See, they're not getting too creative enough, though. I want a guy who has force powers, but he decides to become the jackass of the Star Wars universe. You know, you could just throw himself into a Sarlacc pit. You know, like.
I want to see the Star Wars version of Gallagher.
He just smashes porgs.
And Gallagher TOO, that one could be a clone. It'll actually make sense.
D. Bradley Baker as Gallagher.
That's going to be
Gallagher.
That's going to be the anime that I make for them. Is going to be it's a performer who's cloned, and then his clone starts to steal his act.
Bradley Baker was just at the con that I went to yesterday here in town.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I didn't get an autograph, but they had him, and then they had a bunch of wrestlers, so like Kevin Nash and the X-Pac guy,
Hacksaw Jim Duggan,
the 1-2-3 kid,
and then
the 1-2-3 kid.
Yeah, the 1-2-3 kid.
Coco Beware,
and Booker T.
1986 Jason Wards.
And then some chick from The Office and
Action Smash.
A girl from 24. Mary Lynn
Girl
something.
from 24. Okay. Yeah, actually, I've never seen an episode of 24.
Neither have I.
Yeah, that came out when I had to start working. So I was just like,
She's like the computer hacker person or something.
I was like Olive Garden, Kiefer Sutherland's like, I'm not in the Young Guns anymore. And I was like, well, guess we go our separate ways, Kiefer. I guess it's time to call it a day between us.
Because you're riding down in a blaze of glory.
Hey, they still need to get him in Star Wars. I'm serious. It's time.
There's supposed to be Young Guns Part 3 coming out, isn't there?
Don't play with my heart like that, you son of a bitch.
I'm sorry, I've been hearing about it because I follow Lou Diamond Phillips on Twitter, and
no, that's just Lou Diamond Phillips hoping something to happen. No, I'm just kidding.
I want more. I want another big hit with Lou Diamond Phillips.
Wait, but didn't he die? Doesn't Lou Diamond Phillips die in part 2?
Eventually, we all die. Like,
yeah.
Oh, you the
movies,
character.
Jason. Anybody can come back.
Movie magic. It was all a myth. Yeah, but yeah, I love Young Guns was good. They should either. Well, it'd be cool if they like made it into a series and like did a good job with it, but they probably just cast a bunch of like assholes in it, and it would just be stupid. It'd be like Tobey Maguire looking guy as Billy the Kid, and I'd be like, no. I don't know, but I'm after this episode. I'm gonna Google that though, and I hope you're right because I want to see.
Kidster robs a few banks and becomes Billy the Kidster.
Billy the Kidster. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I love that. That's good. Billy the Kidster.
I'll make you famous. Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, I would watch that. I would watch Billy the Kidster all day. Wyatt Wald? Nah,
Kidster always shoots first, bro.
Quick Draw the Hut.
It would be good if they. It really would be good though to know what's going on with Kidster. I mean, sure, he's the source of a lot of jokes, but what the fuck is Kidster up to? I mean, Marvel Comics could have told me in War of the Bounty Hunters. Have either of you read any of War of the Bounty Hunters yet?
Maybe
I just got it this morning.
Okay.
Carga.
No pressure. I was just curious if anybody had started it yet.
I will be able to talk about it in detail tomorrow.
Nice.
Sadly.
Yeah. Like I said, I am enjoying it. I'm glad I didn't know it was 25 issues before I started it, though. If I had known, it probably would have been like, fuck that.
But it's the way they write comics now, so it's probably like 12 issues of fucking material. They just drag shit. It's that ever since Bendis took over, 20 years ago, fucking everyone writes these issues where nothing happens until the very last 2 pages, and you're just like,
and the ones I've read, things happen. But what it does is it has scope. Like it'll be like what's Afra doing at that same event? What is Boba doing at that same event? What's Kira doing at that same event? And so you end up seeing
what's Owen doing? He's just a charred remains.
Yeah. He's all so I didn't die.
It still hurts.
He looks like bacon. He's like, it still hurts. It turns out Obi-Wan did some magic that we'll learn about in the new series.
Brains.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys seen Malignant?
No, not yet.
No, I get confused with that Maleficent. Like they use the same font,
Totally different. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, no, I haven't finished it, but I watched about half of it, and it's like a late 80s, early 90s like cheese kind of like horror film, and for what it is, it's been like kind of fun so far. But I see people on like Twitter thinking it's supposed to be like The Conjuring, or it's supposed to be like it's like it's not playing in that genre. But I don't know if I like it yet. I'm not sure. But the first half was fun. I just got sleepy. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go to sleep. But yeah. But all right, guys, we're going to end the show here a good 4 minutes early because we do whatever we want. But thank you to everyone. Oh, yeah. Update for the Patreon supporters and the audio is that Rob has taught me how to extract the audio. And so I've been doing that.
The guts of that audio right out.
Ripping the audio out. And I'm going to upload them. Yeah. And so not sure if I should go back like a week and get on that, or if I should just get right to the current episodes. I don't know if it's annoying to get like 20 podcast drops or whatever, because we do the show every day, but because those days went by fast, but I'm going to be putting them up. And so thanks to everyone who supports the show on Patreon, allows me to do the show. So I appreciate it. And thank you very much. And I don't mean to not have those up there for you. I hate the fact that I haven't been able to get them up yet. The fact I can't get it up makes me feel like I'm lesser than a man sometimes. Patreon supporters. But thanks to everybody who is a channel member supporter. That also helps equally as much. And I appreciate it. So yeah. But I will hit that and I will get those episodes up onto the Patreon. And if anybody who's a channel member really needs the audio, hit me up in a DM and we'll figure something out. I have a couple of ideas to be able to offer the audio to channel members, as well, because I don't really have a way of hosting it on YouTube, but and thank you for the nice words. He says, thanks for another great stream. Very entertaining. Thank you for hanging out with us. I appreciate it.
I apologize for everything I said.
I don't
take it all back. I redact it.
I stand by all of it. All of it. Especially the F word stuff.
Oh, no.
And the vaginal stuff. And I mean, they did call it like F the bride or something. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, punctuation matters, but without that punctuation, read out loud. But anyways, yeah. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. And Jesse, will you be with us tomorrow? We're gonna see you tomorrow. All right. Rob's gonna be with me tomorrow because I know where he lives, and if he doesn't come, I'm
scared to death of leaving my house, so he knows I'm here.
He won't leave.
You are, Rob. You should be right here next to me.
I go down to Costco. I get one of those delicious pizzas that you have to have a membership for to get now, so I don't get anymore. And then but I get one anyway somehow. I steal it. And I go there and I just eat pizza and I look through his window. His wife closes the drapes. She seems really mad, but that's Rob's problem. So anyways, all right. Thanks everyone. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
It's not about spaceships. It's not about spaceships.